shout out to JP. JP was at IMG with JC and JP put this whole thing together. I know, dude. Hey, I don't want to. Maybe we can start on that, dude. Tell me what JP was like at IMG.
Man, he was an amazing mentor. I got to IMG, I think, when I was 15. So having guys like him over there and a lot of other guys over there, really just like, because when you get to IMG, you know, there's kind of a structured thing that you're not really going to be used to. You know, you're going to have curfews and you're going to have, you know, like waking up, for example, playing football. The first thing we did in the morning every day was like football practice. Like we always practice and then we have school. And we had guys like JP to kind of keep us in check to let us know like, hey, if you guys kind of want to do this, you got to run it by certain people and like do it the right way so we can really enjoy our free time, you know, because, you know, some guys got a little antsy and wanted to, you know, do whatever it was, sneaking off campus or, you know, jumping the gate, whatever. But,
it's high schoolers.
Yeah, no, it was, it's the hard part about it too. But, you know, having JP over there, just kind of regulating everything. Yeah, that's my dog. So.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, how do you get to, because you grew up in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
How do you get down to IMG? Like, how does that process even start or kick in? Or are you getting recruited?
Yeah,
look at the build. You know, IMG saw the build in
that's a big
Florida,
boy.
and they're like, holy shit. Like,
that's a big boy.
This guy's in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Bring him down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually didn't have social media when I was growing up. My dad ran my Twitter account mainly because my coaches were like, he didn't want me to have none of that. But then my coaches were like, you're going to have Twitter to kind of, you know, engage with the coaches, the college level coaches and, you know, the camps, whatever it might be. So my dad started my Twitter account, I think like 8th grade. And then going into high school, IMG reached out then, but I had no idea. And so that I played a whole freshman year and sophomore year at Catholic Memorial, which is where I went to high school at. And then shortly after that, it was the way I got to IMG, like it wasn't like a planned thing. Like I was in a lot of trouble at home, like just like with my pops, like we got into a big argument. And then one day he told me, he's like, don't worry about going to school today. Right. So I was kind of like thrown off. I was like, to me, that's a reward. Like if you tell a kid you don't got to go to school, like I'm chilling. Like, so he's like, pack your bags, get like 3 or 4 days worth of clothes. And we're finna catch this bus down to the airport. So I'm just like, all right.
Just
like,
spontaneously.
Like, yeah, like I have no idea.
Going to school
it was a Tuesday, I remember, because I left officially January 27th. So whatever day I made that Tuesday beforehand, that's when I had left. So, you know, I ended up, because he did tell me, he was like, he wanted structure in my life. So he was like, if you don't obey the rules at the house, you're going to go to a boarding school, right? Now, I'm thinking like it's military-esque, whatever it might be. So when he's like, pack my bags, I'm like, am I really going like a boarding school? Like I'm kind of, you know, a little bit freaking out because I don't really know what's going on. And then I get to Florida. I'm like, shit, I'm going down here. I'm chilling. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was a great place to be. And then when I found out it was IMG and I got to be around, you know, elite level competition and talent, and also like go play against elite level competition and talent, guys who are in the NFL now, you know, at the time I didn't realize it, but now I understand, like my pops was really just looking out for me, and that was a major blessing like that he was doing for me. Even though like I needed that structure part to it, but also to elevate my game on the field, like to be around that. Nothing wrong with, you know, Wisconsin and all that stuff, but it's especially for one state. I think only like really maybe Texas, Georgia, and Florida are kind of those only states that can replicate the talent level that you're going to really see going into the next level on a week-to-week basis, you know? So being at IMG in Florida, like being able to go to Texas and play, you know, Duncanville or Maryland and St. Francis, you know, guys who are in the NFL now on NFL rosters actively playing, like, you know, you really just can't get that in most high schools, you know? So after, you know, that trip, you know, I came back and he told me, he was like, you can make the decision to go there if you want to. You can go back right now. You can leave. It was Saturday, I remember. And that was when, you know, I made the decision to head down there. And from there, everything just kind of.
Are you guys still butting heads when you were coming back home?
Yeah, we were for a little bit, but it was kind of more so like of a coming of age type of thing. Like I was kind of, you know, I not even 16 yet, but turning 16. And I just remember like, I was kind of just like
demon at the house.
Yeah. Yeah. But like also like being at IMG showed me like, I didn't know how to run, like be an adult yet, but I was learning. And I really didn't like to be told what to do too often. So coming home, having to do all these, you know, crazy things, I was just like, you know, now it's like I don't have an issue with doing it because it's like now I realize like shit, it's his house, like let him, you know, let him have it. But being 16, I didn't get that. So yeah, it was a lot of headbutts growing up for sure.
What was the experience like when you get down to Bradenton, Florida? Like, are they like, is it kind of like a recruiting trip? Like they're going in and be like, this is all we do. We have all this. Cause like I've been down to Bradenton. I did the combine training there and I was blown away by the facilities and all the things they have, the access, how you talk to media, the weight room, the programming, the meals, like truly a state of the art facility.
Yeah, it was I mean it was just like a recruiting visit. You know, I went down there and I got there right before practice, so I got to watch the practice, see how everybody operated, got to, you know, visit the schools portions of it where guys went to school at. And just see the life of not only, you know, the campus, but also what's to offer outside of it. And then see where I will be living at and stuff like that. So, you know, just, I mean, it wasn't like a real college visit, mainly because, you know, it's just a high school. So it's not too much, but it's definitely was structured like the closest thing you'll get to a high school. I mean, not high school, a college at the high school level. So yeah, I mean, it was really impressive of how everything went down. So
were you, was there a level of intimidation coming from Wisconsin, going and watching that practice at IMG? Like these are all 4 or 5 star guys. Like backups are getting scholarship offers.
Nah, yeah, seriously. It wasn't no intimidation. I did have I guess I would say it was a confidence kind of like shakeup because I remember I think I had like a little over 100 tackles and like 12 sacks because I played defensive end. So you know I'm thinking I'm the guy, and then I get down there and one of the guys had like 20 sacks or something like that, and I'm just like, damn, like, you know, these guys be balling for real. You know what I mean? I thought I was, you know, doing my thug. So, but finding out that there was a lot of other guys out there. And then some of these guys didn't have like, at the time, like no recognition. So I'm like, dang, like, you know, I really got to up it a notch. But like, so, but it was, at first it was a little confidence shake. But, you know, once you get out there, it's all the same thing, no matter how good they are. So how you go about handling everything.
When you have, when you go back to Wisconsin, is there a piece of you that's like, because you and I have similar parallels, and I didn't go to IMG Academy, but I was up at one school. My junior year, I transferred down to a school in Scottsdale, Arizona, to play offensive tackle. So there was like, I had an issue with like leaving my friends. Like for the last 3 years, like these are my best friends. It's high school. Did you ever like have that problem at all? Where like, man, these are all the kids I grew up with. I'm gonna have a hard time leaving them. Did you ever struggle with that?
Yeah, honestly, no, not as much. Cause I remember when I was growing up, I was in middle school or elementary, I can't remember which, but there was a tryout for this AAU team. I love sports. I play AAU basketball, EYBL, all of it. So, and you know, starting off, my dad told me, he was like, yeah, we got these tryouts, but it falls like Saturday morning at like 8 a.m., right? And obviously for a kid, Saturday is like a really big deal. So he was like, you can choose to sleep in, you know, with your cousins and enjoy the day, or you can go to this workout and try out for the team, you know, and like, without hesitating, I went to try out. You know what I mean? Ever since then, like whenever it came down to like hanging out with my friends or, you know, going to work out, I always chose working out. So when like summer would come, my dad was a teacher at a school called Bayview. So in the summer, he would hold summer classes. So he told me, he was like, yeah, if you want to, you know, I got to be there at 8 a.m. You can get up. I can let you go in the gym and work out. Like I said, I played basketball. So I do a lot of basketball workouts at the time. So I was able to work out with like the high schoolers and middle school and stuff like that. But he's like, yeah, you make the decision. It's your summer, so you can sleep in all day and go play with your homeboys and, you know, homegirls, whatever it might be all day, or you can get up with me and, you know, you work out, but you will be here till like 3 o'clock, you know, and almost every single day I chose to go work out. So when I had to leave for IMG, I kind of already knew, like, as far as leaving one environment to go kind of better myself, I kind of knew that I was coming down the line regardless because it was college eventually. So it just happened sooner than I expected.
Now, you were a beast on the D-line. Like, were you anticipating that being your future, I assume? Because what happened for you to go to the offensive line? Guys got hurt?
Injuries,
no, so that definitely, it was crazy. So Tyler Booker, actually,
T-Book, shout out Book, man.
Shout
out Book.
It's my brother, he's with the Cowboys now. We were both D linemen. He was a 3-tech nose, and I was a defensive end. And it was
just fucking menacing.
Them at practice, it was insane.
Yeah, it was. And then we had also Warren Brinson. He was at Georgia. DeMonte Capar. He went to Clemson. We had a lot of guys that
all in the league.
Right. Yeah. So
it's crazy. It is. IMG is disgusting.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of guys over there. And then so. Literally 1 week, it was, I think it was like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks before our first game. like 2 guys tore their ACL playing basketball.
And this is your junior
And
year,
then,
yeah?
going into my junior year. So I did the whole spring, all summer workouts, straight D-line, like straight defense, like learned the whole playbook for defense, all of it. And then like a couple of days after that, someone tore their meniscus. So like all offensive linemen. So then they go, yeah, we're going to need a couple of defensive linemen to play O-line, right? So, me and Book, being the guys we were like, all right, we'll play O-line. They were like, yeah, if you want to play D-line after this, go back over there after the season, like be our guest, you know what I mean? But this is like for the team. We don't got nobody who can play O-line right now. Like we didn't even have backups. Like I think we went to games with like 6 linemen. Like, so if anybody got hurt, we were just kind of screwed. So, but yeah, so that's where we, decided to go play. And immediately, like me and Book saw a lot of traction from a lot of college coaches about, what we could be as far as, being a offensive tackle, and he was a tackle too at the time. So, just hearing everything that we could be playing O-line, we kind of like at the end of the year, we were just like, we'll ride it out, see how this takes us. So yeah, it was pretty.
Do you miss
cool.
D-line?
I definitely do.
I feel like you get to be a little bit more disruptive.
Yeah. It's not a lot of control over there. Like I look at guys who like Jalen Carter, for example, he's a freaking dog, right? I saw one play where he played a double team and he like swam out of both like the guard and the tackle, but he was able to get all the way back into the gap and make the play for like a tackle for loss or like a 1-yard gain, whatever it was. But like playing O-line, you can't really have that kind of failure in your technique. It really wouldn't work. Like the play, like you have to have perfect technique for the success of the play, and seeing these linemen out there, they just like ram through gaps. Like it's not a lot of like, I mean, obviously some technique to it, but like you put your head down and run through a guy's face, like it don't take too much else. So,
yeah. I know it would be nice as an offensive lineman if dudes just stayed exactly where they were.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to worry about them like moving in the B gap, C gap, blitz is coming off the edge.
Yeah.
It is how long when you move to offensive line, obviously that's like a huge team guy move to go from a position you've been playing your whole life now to a new position. How long did it take you to like
and it seemed like he was going to be a scholarship guy and could potentially still be in the league just on the other side of the line.
Right. Yeah, playing DN too.
Yeah.
Like that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my entire life. How was it for you like picking up the playbook, understanding that stuff? Because I'm assuming IMG is like a mini college, the way they understand blitzes, understand coverages. You guys' protections are probably similar to what you even started at Alabama with.
Yeah, no, definitely. It was a lot of similarities from like the college aspect of it. Now in college, it was just more variety of what you could do and like expanding on that. But yeah, no, it definitely wasn't your typical playbook. Like honestly, the number system, what we go by at IMG, we go by here with the Titans in the league. So now obviously we developed a far larger system being in the NFL, but it was definitely hard at first, just trying to figure out like, some plays, it'll be designed to go this way, the other plays will be designed to go this way, but then you have kind of the fakes or whatever, the reverses, whatever it might be. So just trying to pick up on all that, all those nuances. And then obviously, like you said, like you got to learn, okay, well, this is my responsibility if he's here, but if he's over here, it changes my responsibility, it changes my technique. So learning all of that and then being able to make those adjustments, because one thing defenses do, like they make late move calls or, they like to kind of disguise things or, they might take it or, slant, pirate, whatever it might be. Learning all those adjustments on the go, like, because they're not just going to stand still. So that definitely took a lot longer than I expected it to take. But I mean, honestly, that playing offense is a lot more mental than anybody kind of thinks about. So
yeah. How quickly did you see the traction from the coaches like you talked about? Like how a game took place and they're like, hey, this guy's getting an offer from a smaller school?
Yeah, it was. We had our at IMG we had like a summer game to where like right before the season they kind of just like showcase like the team and all that stuff. And like immediately after that, when like the college coaches were all there, like they saw I was at tackle and like my coach said he had phone calls nonstop for the whole day about like, me and T Book and all of us. So right after that, I was like, okay, I guess, this might be my future.
Football factory.
Right.